You ain't talking about a lot, nigga. I'm from the ghetto, so I talk about the block. They say in every rhyme that I talk about my Glock, but I squeeze for real. Don't do no talking when I pop. Puta maricon, cabron, then you drop, and I stand on my own. I don't be talking to the cops. I ain't talking for Chris, I ain't talking for Neat, I ain't talking for Spark, and I ain't talking for free. I ain't talking for crack. I got words for Oski, but I ain't talking about that. I'm talking for me.
What up, YouTube? This is Beanie Siegel's diss track to Jay-Z. Came out yesterday. And, okay. First off, I respect Beanie Siegel. I love Beanie Siegel. He's one of my favorite rappers. I think the song is kind of out of nowhere because when the whole Rocafella thing happened and the split and Dame Dash and Cameron came out talking about Jay, Beanie Siegel was on Jay-Z's side and he didn't have anything negative to say about Jay-Z. So for the song to come out, it's kind of like, huh? But Beanie Siegel came out today in an interview saying that it's not a diss song. It's not a diss song. It's just a real song. Like Jay said about Lost Ones. It's not a diss song. It's just a song basically saying real shit, how he feels. But basically in the song and what he's saying about Jay is that it has nothing to do with money. When he went to jail and was getting released, that the courts asked Jay if he would take responsibility for Beanie Siegel. Basically, that if a man of his stature would take Beanie Siegel under his wing and make sure that he didn't get into any trouble, and Jay-Z said no. He said that's where his beef started with Jay-Z. My problem with that is Beanie Siegel is a hood nigga, and he is proud to, he's Mr. Hood himself, and he proclaims that all the time. Now, this is my problem. Since Beanie Siegel was signed to Rocafella, he went to prison, not jail, but to prison at least 3 times. On the diary of Jay-Z, he's chasing Beanie Siegel around the club because somebody spilled alcohol on Beanie Siegel, and Beanie Siegel is running through the club trying to fight, and Jay-Z's chasing him around. Jay-Z is chasing someone around the club so they won't fight someone. I'm sorry, but you're not the type of person that I want to risk my career for. Now, he also was hurt about the whole family thing, saying, well, for family, you would have never done this and you would have never done this. And some people are saying, Jay-Z has a way of when he gets these artists telling them that we're family instead of keeping it business. Now, if you get a new artist and you associate with them and you say, we're going to be family, that's all good until you know that this person is hard-headed and they don't learn their lesson. You're not going to be my family no more if I just keep doing shit for you and you keep getting off. You got a year in jail because of you're affiliated with me, and you keep getting everything easy for you and you still keep going to jail. Why are you still at the club fighting people? Why are you still pulling guns on people? Why are you still busting bottles over people's head? Like, you can't blame Jay-Z because of your mishaps. And then he was saying, um, when it came to his lawyers and everything, he paid for his lawyers. He spent all his money on his lawyers. That's exactly the point. They're your lawyers. You're the one in trouble. Why should Jay-Z pay your lawyers? Now, he broke it down, talked about the whole Dame Dash thing. Part of the reason that Beanie Siegel is mad is because he said he listened to Blueprint 3, and he said as a rapper, a lot of what he hears in there, he sees as taking shots. Yeah, Jay-Z's taking shots, but he's taking shots at Dame Dash. He's taking, not Dame Dash, but Jim Jones, The Game, bloggers, a lot of other rappers out there that continuously put Jay-Z's name in their mouth, like Soulja Boy and Gucci Man and other people who say, well, I think he should sit down and let some of us younger artists or us newer artists get on. Basically, Jay-Z saying, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything to cause reason why you're not hot. Like, is Jay-Z that hot that he needs to stop rapping so other people can get hot? I don't understand how that makes sense. But Beanie Siegel saw a lot of the things Jay-Z was saying as taking shots at him, which to me is just dumb because when I heard the CD, I didn't hear anything that was towards anybody that was signed to Rocafella. Nobody. Um, they asked him about Dame Dash, and Beanie Siegel basically said, what Jay-Z's been said about Dame Dash. Dame Dash was sitting up spending money that wasn't his money to spend. He was sitting up living this big luxurious life, thinking it would never come to the end. A lot of people don't know Dame Dash signed Cameron and Ho Dipset and put, Cameron as the president of Rocafella while Jay-Z was on vacation with Beyonce. Like, that's not something you do because Dame Dash, you don't own this company by yourself. But if you're a Rocafella fan, like I was a huge Rocafella fan, when Rocafella broke up, I was crushed. I was like, wow, like, is it really that bad? But with the Rocafella thing and Beanie Siegel's position, to me with Rocafella, you have Jay-Z, Dame Dash, their owners and stuff, Kareem Biggs, Burke, them three were the owners. And then Memphis Bleek, Jay-Z has known Memphis Bleek since he was 16. Put Memphis Bleek on. Memphis Bleek was all over Jay's first album and second album. And basically, he's there to stay because he was there from the beginning. He's a staple. He's his ride or die. Memphis Bleek was somebody that was basically like a first real other hip hop artist who got signed to Rocafella. He's a great rapper. He has street cred. While Jay-Z took the road of, I'm a hustler, Beanie Siegel took the road of I'm a thug, I'm a gangster, whatever. So in Beanie Siegel's eyes, he's saying, I gave Jay-Z street cred when Jay-Z had street cred. He just didn't have violent street cred. Like, people that are violent wasn't, they don't need to be Jay-Z's fan any fucking way. They're all violent and shit. Jay-Z's not violent. Unless she's stabbing people. But that's another day. That's another story. But basically, Beanie Siegel was a great staple in Rocafella. He was in State Property 1. He was in State Property 2. He had State Property Clothing Line. He had State Property The Group. State Property, the record label, which was on Rocafella. So for all this to crumble up under you, and you're the leader of all this, Beanie Siegel was so big that he became basically his own Jay-Z, and Freeway was his, like, Dame Dash, Memphis Bleek, so to say. Like, he was big within his own right. So they basically asked him about this in an interview, and he was saying all that was snatched up under him because Dame Dash was spending money that wasn't his. So for you to have all this and all to be took in, and it's Dame Dash's fault, how are you hurt by Jay-Z? I don't see how Jay-Z hurt you because Jay-Z put you on as a rapper. You had a fan base. You had all this. And now you don't have it and you're mad because you kept going to jail. Another thing that he said that kind of pissed me off was he was saying that he was in prison with 50 Cent's uncle who was doing 50 years in prison. And that he seen 50 Cent there every year. Every week. And 50 Cent is probably just as busy as Jay-Z. This is my thing. 50 Cent is the type of person who plays mind games. So 50 Cent finding out that you're in prison with his uncle, he's probably going to come up there every day just to try to steal you from up under Jay-Z as an artist. And Beanie Siegel was saying that, Jay-Z should have put them on the way he put G-Unit on. I'm sorry, but 50 Cent didn't have any of his G-Unit people in movies. None of them had their own clothing line. None of them had their own distribution and record deal. He's like, oh, well, Jay-Z wasn't in our songs the way 50 Cent was in his artist songs. He made all of them rich. I'm sorry, but the game was never officially signed to G-Unit, and he left G-Unit. And when he did, 50 Cent took everything he ever did for the game and put it all in his face. Young Buck didn't beef with everybody the way he wanted him to, so he snatched everything he ever gave Young Buck and dangled over his head like, oh, you're broke now, I bet you need me. And Tony Yayo and Lloyd Banks speaks for himself. Where are they? Tony Yayo only rides his dick so that he will stay having money. Lloyd Banks is independent now, and he took his money and ran. But where is he? None of these people can stand on their own as their own artists. Beanie Siegel, that's the one thing that he had that nobody else on G-Unit had. Beanie Siegel could stand on his own. So if 50 Cent wanted you as an artist and you were saying that Jay-Z didn't drop him, he didn't let him go so he could go and be happy with another record label, you're already signed to a record label that you have history with. If 50 Cent wants to do a song with you that bad that he's telling you that, Why can't he do it with you while you're signed to Rocafella? Why can't he do a slash deal the same way Freeway was signed to Rocafella and G Unit? I don't understand what the problem was. It's just like it's just really sad to me to see Beanie Siegel, having to take this route with Jay-Z. He said he's doing it because it's hard to talk to Jay-Z. You can't get through to him unless you call 5 or 6 other people. He said Jay-Z called the police on him. I don't think Jay-Z called the police on him. He even said himself he got banned from Powerhouse the year before. No, the police came because they know you were banned from Powerhouse. You're not supposed to be there. Maybe if you learn how to not do things you're not supposed to do, you won't always find yourself in this trouble, Beanie Siegel. It like pisses me off. It's really pissing me off. Ugh.